What's going on, you guys? First Q&A video. I'm Sanchez. Obviously, there's no Dallas Cowboy football news today. This is Q&A number one. Let's go. First question comes from Compare Sway, and he asked, how big do you think David Irving's role will be this year? And that's actually a really good question. It depends on if we draft a defensive end real early in the draft. If we don't, then his role is going to be really, really big, in my opinion. I think that he can play the one tech and the end. With our right end being a little weak with Randy Gregory's situation, and we just picked up Benson Mayowa from the Raiders. I think that his role will be bigger than what's expected. Terrell McClain and Cedric Thornton will probably handle the one with Tyron Crawford and probably Jack Crawford switching in and out there. So I think his role will be somewhat as a rotational player, but I think that he will have a much bigger role. Next question comes from Ernesto, and he asked, why did you move to Colorado? I moved to Colorado 3 years ago from Wichita Falls, Texas, my hometown, because my family moved here about 6-7 years ago when I stayed in Texas, and because I wanted to fulfill my career with production. I was a supervisor at 19 for Tyson Foods, and I did that for a long, long time. And then I moved up here and got in corrections. Moved closer to my beautiful wife, Liberty, and yeah, it was just something that fell in a real place, and that's what happened, Ernesto. That's why I moved, to be with family. Next question comes from Anthony, and he asked, what's your Madden Ultimate Team overall? My Madden overall for my Ultimate Team is a 91. I am playing like trash right now. I've lost like 5 in a row. I'm playing like people that have like 99 overall, and I'm like a 91. I freaking hate Madden. Fix it. And he also asked, how old am I? I am 25. I'll be 26 November. So, yes, guys, for those of you who don't know, I am 25. Our next one comes from DC Fan 99, and he asked, if you could take 3 players in the NFL right now and sign them to the Cowboys, who would you take? Also say Lana backwards. My 3 players, are you ready? Von Miller, J.J. Watt, and Adrian Peterson. With Dez and Tony and Von Miller and freaking J.J. Watt, and dude, we would go to the Super Bowl every freaking year with those 3 guys.
It says anal DC fan 99.
Next question comes from Big John 719, and he asked, no, you're not a Broncos fan, but what do you think about the Broncos signing Sanchez and Houston getting Brock Osweiler? Good luck with Sanchez, and no relation with him. But Houston getting Brock was crazy. I think the Broncos should have, at least try to keep him. But the offer was just too big for Brock to pass up. I think Brock wanted to be a Bronco. It seemed like he did. Just, you got to go where the money's at, and that's what happened. But good luck with Sanchez. You'll find out. And Houston getting Gronk, they might have something now. I think they have their quarterback. So there you go, Big John. All right, our next question comes from Magic, and he asked, what should we do with the quarterback situation? Now, that's a really good question. I think we need to have some competition with Kellen Moore. I think if Kellen Moore went and played where Tony Romo left off week 2 against the Eagles, I think we would have won a couple more games. He did have like 300 or something yards against the Redskins. So I think that he's good. And I think one of my videos in season 2, I said that he's the future, and that's what I thought, and I still think that. But he does need some competition. Jamar Showers is still there, but they played in special teams last year, and I don't know. I think he just needs a semi-veteran player for competition, because if we draft a quarterback, he's got to stay at number 2, but, you know, if we can get a seasoned vet in and give him some competition, he might be 2 or 3. So let's get some competition in there, and I think that's what we should do. Really good question, Magic. Magic also asks, do you think we still draft a running back despite signing Alfred Morris? I like Henry better than I do Ezekiel. I just got a bunch of dislikes for that. But I like Henry. I like Derrick Henry a lot. I think Ezekiel will fall to somebody else, but we possibly could draft a running back. I mean, we did keep 4 running backs and a fullback at the first of the year last year, so having 4 running backs wouldn't surprise me at all. We still got Ben Molina, and we still got Rod Smith there also with Lance Dunbar, Alfred Morris, and Darren McFadden. Darren McFadden on his last year. Rod Smith has a couple of years, and of course we just signed Alfred Morris to the 2-year deal. So there is some running back competition, and Ben Molina did show some flash, but we'll see what he does. All right, guys, and the last question comes from Aaron, and he asks, do you want Greg Hardy back in Dallas? And the answer to that is no. Greg Hardy was too big of a distraction on and off the field. I think that he divided up this locker room, and he divided this locker room up tremendously. I do not want him back. When Jerry Jones said that the options are still there to maybe sign him, I turned off the video and I didn't finish it because that was just a waste of time to even say, because he's not an option. He's not an option for me. We got a lot of heat for that. I stuck up for him, and in the end, everybody that stuck up for him looked like a total ass because of the way he acted on and off the field. So that's what I think, guys. All right, guys, so that's my Q&A. Thank you guys for submitting those questions. This was fun. I had a blast. My hardest question was the 3 players to sign from DC Fan. It took me like freaking almost all day to think of who I would sign. So thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate it. And go Cowboys. Peace.